my gilded state of corruption. I've been spending a lot of time out meeting other politicians. Geez, I hate even saying that. But meeting these people and finding out that it's all self-interest. There isn't anybody that doesn't know about the corruption in this state, including the politicians in this state. They have one similar theme. Oh, we can't say corruption, you won't get elected. Well, we're not talking about it anymore. I'm speaking to the people, not to the politicians who are either corrupt or too afraid to do anything. All right? So let's see what happened. We just sent a package of information out 2 weeks ago. Evidence. Who did it go to? It goes to the Department of Justice. Went to the U.S. Attorney, Emily Rice. The DEA. Ted Gatsas, the mayor of Manchester. You know, he said 1,000 deaths. Well, let's see if you want to do something about it. Now, you've got the evidence. The county attorney's got the evidence. Manchester Police Chief Willard, my favorite schnook, you got the evidence, right? And the FBI. Now, why haven't we heard from any of them? Dead cold evidence, right? You've seen them offer me a release and $50 million for this evidence. Now, why aren't they coming forwards? And it's not just them. Judge Delker, Brentwood, the House of Corruption. In fact, we're going to name this video that. We haven't heard in 5 weeks about the protective order on the witnesses. The same witnesses, the brave witnesses that have visually seen the sales, the distribution of heroin, and are tired of people dying. They know that. So in other words, why haven't we heard from any of them? Because what we gave them would put these people in jail, including the politicians to protect them. If Judge Delker rules with Shaheen and Gordon, I can put Shaheen and Gordon in jail or Delker in jail. Right. It is absolutely connected, and that's why we haven't heard anything. But let's this. You know what we have heard from? I mean, I'm going to attach some of these ads. For instance, Senator Ayotte. She is from McLean Law Firm. She ran the AG's office. Ask her about the Ponzi scheme FRM. She was involved in covering it up from the beginning to the end. She is the queen of the cover-up. That's her power. And that's McLean Law Firm. Self-interest. Shaheen, Jean Shaheen. She just happens to own Shaheen and Gordon along with her husband, Bill. You got it? This is only self-interest. The governor of your state is owned by Jean Shaheen. Hassan has said many times, I owe my career to Jean Shaheen, and I've shown you that in writing. These people aren't representing you. They're representing them. The only question is who gets a bigger piece of the corrupt pie that you get to pay for. Now let's look. We're going to see an ad for Ayotte. You know what she talks about? The number one problem in New Hampshire is drugs. What do you do about it? This happened under your watch.
We're losing a person a day to heroin and fentanyl and prescription drugs. It's devastating. And so for me, this is about saving lives. I've met so many families who have lost sons, daughters, people that they love to this epidemic. And so I want to make sure that we turn this around so people can lead really good lives here in New Hampshire.
All right, who else we have? Jean Shaheen. What did she go and speak at the convention about? The heroin deaths. And she talks about the opioid problem. Well, you know who the lobbyist in the state of New Hampshire about opioids is? Bill Shaheen. You don't think these hospitals are addicting people and they come out addicted with oxycodone and so forth? Let me see. Who's the hospital's attorney? Alex Walker, Catholic Memorial. Kakavas, Dartmouth. You understand? Who do you think owns Elliott? You see, it's all connected with the drug dealers and the protecting of the drug dealers. That's why Shaheen sits right there, Bill Shaheen. And Jean's out there talking about the opiate problem. Her husband's the lobbyist. And then they're out there protecting. Bill Shaheen is representing Aganos, Cruz, and Griner, the drug dealers and the launderers of it. And she's out there saying how they're fighting it. Listen, The worst case of heroin addiction in this country per capita is in this state. Nice jobs, knuckleheads.
Across my home state of New Hampshire, the awful toll grows each year. 192 overdoses in 2013, 326 fatalities in 2014, and 433 fatalities in 2015. These statistics tell the story of a staggering epidemic, but statistics can't fully capture the profound human toll.
Gatsis, we're going to send you a package, Gatsis. You said the number one problem in the state, the people said, is heroin. Good, let's see if you do something about it.
Moving forward, though, do you see the opioid epidemic as the number one issue facing the state?
It's not that I see it, Josh. It's people that I talk to throughout this state. They see it as the number one issue. It's not just here in Manchester. It's in the state of New Hampshire. We've got to talk about it. We've got to find solutions to the problems. We've got to get the money to these nonprofits as quick as we can. There can't be delays because they're out there helping people and they're saving lives. People are dying from this fentanyl epidemic.
And I also put a clip that you'll see with Governor Hassan. She had the nerve to finish her TV by saying, jobs in New Hampshire and fresh start, new start. Right. We're the worst job creator in the country.
Because when it comes to innovation and job creation, we need to spark something in Washington the way we have here in New Hampshire.
So let's think. We have politicians, the governor created the worst jobs and let this opioid situation concur. We've got Shaheen and Ayotte who protects them, and from the AG's office. This is so obscene what they're saying. Think about this. The people that were on watch, the years that this thing escalated, it was them under their rule. And they turned around and worked with the corrupt and law enforcement to make it the nightmare that it is now. So I'm going to continue to come. We're going to be showing you a video tomorrow. I'll be in the Brentwood at 9 o'clock. My favorite place. Again, the house of corruption. Right? See, they're moving all their pieces. I'm going to go in front of Judge Anderson, only for like the 7th time. Right. They're going to try to leverage me with my house with one payment to the divorce attorney, Ross, who was leveraging me for my release, which you've seen on the list with Dalla. So if you don't take their money, I'll tell you what they do. They take what you got. And listen, I'm prepared to lose everything. I'll leave the furniture. Right. I know where you sneaky bastards are. You're ready to drop. And I want the people out there to understand we've got them covered. All you've got to do is ask questions. Share this video. Keep the pressure on. I am telling you they're scared. And we can beat them. And we're closer than you think. And you turn around and ask the DEA. You ask the FBI. Why can't you protect these people? Why can't you come over and take and act on this evidence? You're going to find out where the drugs are coming from, who's delivering them. And we can stop people from dying. They're building more and more treatment centers. They're expecting business to be good. That's right, and they're going to have your tax dollars pay for it. That was why the Medicaid expansion. That's Walker, that's Sununu, Aganos, Cruz, it's all of them. It was paying their bill. Why do you think they were all for this? When you have Shaheen and Ayotte, different sides of the table, but they agree on one thing. Pay the drug dealers. Okay, Mike Gill, State of Corruption.